From Tesla Owners US, and today I'm meeting Mike here, and there's another car to be delivered, a Model Y blue with white interior, a nice setup, and you with us.
Hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
Delivery center for Tesla. Hello, this is Rolf back, and here's Mike, and we're gonna receive the car, and we have to drive to Thomas in Tempe. And we found some problems already, we might find more, and we let you know. At Thomas' place, and Thomas will investigate the car even further. We found some problems, but we want to know the details. And he does always a nice list about what's wrong with that, and then he sends it to Michael. I need to connect you both guys. He sends it to Michael because he has 24 hours to complain about that in order to get it fixed. They already admitted the problem on the bumper there.
Correct, the front right.
Front right bumper.
Okay.
And they scratched it when the driver took it off from the sure. It was a delivery problem, right? Nothing from quality, no. Okay, good. So let's see what else Thomas finds tomorrow morning, and then so that's a loaner when you go in with Tesla and they have their car there and they give you a replacement.
Oh, they do?
Yes. So you have to ask for it. Sometimes they don't have anything, then they give you a voucher for Uber or so, but they give you a replacement. So, and this is the loaner. Hey, how did your car drive?
Oh, fantastic! Like a rocket.
And you know what? You can even buy a special upgrade. I think for $2,000 you get 0.3 seconds faster. Or
oh
so.
My goodness! Wow.
Yeah. But I didn't buy it. It's not necessary, really. So, but if people want to have a little kick more, they can get, instead of 4.5 or 4.6 seconds 0 to 60, get 4.2 seconds 0 to 60. We're gonna drive you back to your car now. And tomorrow you get the whole list from Thomas about what's wrong with this, and he sees everything. You see that the little dents in the little scratches, the buffer marks, and all of that. Oh. So, really, at least you have to say that like that. Hey, and the good thing is that they allowed you, or they already admitted there was a big scratch on it in the front, right? So, but we
are they pretty good about resolving those?
Yeah, accepting it. Resolving, I'm waiting for my car currently for 3 weeks already. You might have to keep your gas guzzler a little bit longer.
I get a loaner.
Or you get a loaner. Ask them if you call tomorrow if you could get a loaner instead, right? Yeah. While they are repairing it, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And repair is, you have the ones without the, it's called the sensors. That's why they have a painted front bumper in stock, but it is with sensors. So they need to order one without sensors. And they usually deliver them painted because they only have 5 colors, right?
Right.
Blue, white, red, gray, black. Yeah, and that's it. And that's all. 5 colors. We have to see, we have to get the best out of it. If you buy a new car and it's gonna be around $70,000, you want to make sure that you get everything what you need. So and it needs to be perfect at time of delivery.
Right.
So if it's not perfect, then we have something to say about it, and they need to repair it. So basically, what I'm thinking is quality control does not happen with Tesla at that time. It is the quality control happens at the customer if the customer sees it. If people don't worry about that, then they say, okay, I don't worry about it. I'm worried about it. And then because you want to apply a nice film on a good paint underneath, right?
Yeah.
So, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, and then after that, we wish you a good drive with the car.
Yeah.
And do you have a charger already at home installed or not
I'm
yet?
gonna order one online.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't ordered it yet. By the way, it does make a difference. Well, it does make a difference. How material is the difference between the wall charger and the mobile one?
You know, I would probably with the mobile one, you would be enough. You are gonna install NEMA 14-50 in your garage, 240 volt, or you branch it off from your dryer. That's a possibility as well. But then you cannot run the dryer and the charger at the same time, right? So you can do this. If you get a separate wall charger, then you don't have a charger while you're on the road or driving.
Yeah.
And I always recommend that you do have a charger on the road.
You never know.
Because you never know what happens, and the best way sometimes to charge is like in the beginning. If you drive to go to an RV park and they have 50 amp outlets, you connect to that 14-50 there, and you can charge.
They have an RV box as well?
So in RV parks they have 240 volt outlets with 50 amp. So pulling maximum 40 amp, right? So that means you can charge at any RV park, right? There are a lot of superchargers there as well, so you could charge there as well. But I always recommend, hey, get a charger, get your mobile charger, your emergency charger in your car, or keep it in your car. So when you're making a longer distance.
So
when
you said emergency charger, you're talking about the mobile charger, correct?
It's a mobile charger. Basically, the mobile charger becomes also your emergency charger, and you can run it. And they had a promotion, and I bought the adapter for 120 volt, and then for 240 volt, the 14-50, right? And when I bought that one, that's usually enough for most of the connections. Most of the connections are this 50 amp 14-50, called NEMA 14-50. That is the outlet, how it looks like. And most of the RV parks have that. Oh, I didn't explain you that you have autopilot in your car.
I saw that.
Yes. And how to operate that, in your case, you have to press the stock twice down, and then autopilot's the driving stock to drive down twice, and then autopilot activates.
What do you press?
Yeah, this in your case in the Model Y is the stock down here.
Okay.
In my case, it is here. The stock is on the left side in the Model S. Now it drives on autopilot, and then you can adjust the distance of the cars, right? So I didn't explain you to that.
Oh, okay.
And then the other thing is what it knows is it's gonna nag you from time to time and said, hey, touch the steering wheel.
Make sure that you're there.
And make sure that you're still alive or that you are there and observing and so on. So, but there are, on the internet, there are autopilot helpers, let me say, or assistants. They put a weight here on that piece, and then the nagging ends because the weight is always pulling a drag on the steering wheel. Supposedly, Tesla says they have a solution for that and it cannot happen anymore, but I have not noticed that yet. So if you want to be completely driving, you still have to observe the road, because sometimes you get this funny thing like called phantom
So
braking.
what does it use? It's a sensor to look at lines.
Yeah, is the cameras are watching the lines and the street and try to adjust to be in the middle of the road. And you can see it here on the left side. Here's the lane on the right side, and it also recognizes the other cars as well. Yeah. So, and if you look at in a curve, here it reduces the power, and it reduces the speed in the curve. You see that? And then you see that flashing here?
Right.
It flashes because it nags you again to say, hey, I have to do something here. So that's what I didn't explain you, and now it's braking also automatically.
Wow.
At least I hope so. No, it does. So, yeah, it uses regenerative braking. If you have this turned on here, it looks, and then it reduces, and the green thing is the energy. Now it tells me I have to touch here because that car crosses over. Did you see that car crossed over? Yeah.
So all the various models use the same software, correct?
Yeah, I think it's not the same version. I think every car almost has its own version, kind of software. There are different versions. This is the MCU. That's the entertainment system, and the drive system is actually here behind the glove box. There's a drive computer there. Drive computer is separate from your entertainment system. So,
have you ever calibrated the
yes,
the Google map versus
what the Google tells you and what this system
Skylink tells you?
or what this system tells you and what Google is almost identical. I think I never found really significant differences.
Wow.
So, and it navigates pretty well. So let me say it like that, and also detours you pretty well. Yeah. Oh, now I can turn autopilot on again.
And then it'll stop and go in traffic.
Yeah, that's why I'm not touching anything now.
Stop and goes in traffic.
Yeah, this is very relaxing.
Yeah.
So, and especially when you drive a lot, you're driving a lot, right?
Yeah.
You drive a lot. It's really good. You are arriving more relaxed at your destination, and you're driving more relaxed back.
Not stressed out.
And then also the noise is a factor as well. Noise is always a factor, right? So how silent is an electric car compared to a combustion car, right? Yeah. So you will soon notice that you don't want to drive in any other car anymore. I warn you about that.
Yeah, you did.
And then you will soon notice also that your wife wants to drive your car, and you're going to have a fight about that. And then she wants to get in a car as well.
Yeah.
So, but that's going to happen. And yeah, it's much more convenient to drive. And it's because it's drive by wire, we call it, right? So because it immediately reacts. You notice also when you punch it, right? Then it immediately kicks in, and the combustion engine car takes a while until everything's injected and the fuel is burning, and then it's the rev is turning up and so on. It revs up and so on. Now it wants me to use that again. You see that? So sometimes it does this, and I don't know why, but this is a loaner. I'm not complaining about that in a loaner. Loaners are always limited to 85 miles per hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they have a speed limit in there. This is the same speed limit what you could use, what I showed you there.
Yeah.
For what you can use for valet service and so on. I one time caught a guy in valet service.
Really?
Driving with my roadside like crazy. He was driving a garage 57 miles. Oh no, he couldn't, because I had limited to 50. He drove 50 miles, 49 miles in the garage. Yeah. So then I asked them, and they said, "Oh, I didn't do anything." And I said, "Yes, you did. And you even tried to unlock the trunk and so on. You can get, yeah. If you put it on, you can put the car on valet mode, and then the glove box is locked, and then the front in front is locked. And so there are certain things that locked where they cannot access it, and then you can only see the simple navigation screen. They cannot see your home screen. or where your home is and so on. Because, it can be exploited, right?
Security. Yeah.
Security. Because you're saying, he's now here and eating here. If I know his home address, I can call my buddies and they rob your house. Right? Yeah. So that's why when you put it in valet mode, then this disappears. There's options.
Hey, how long does it take to charge? You normally go to what? You said you go to 20%?
So you not try to go under 20 and you not try to go over 80. That is the health for your battery.
20 to 80.
20 to 80. So sometimes you can go under 20 when you have a long distance, because after that again, for no reason it asked me to touch the steering wheel. So sometimes sometimes you can go under 20% when you immediately connect it again. Then it charges up. But if you have it to keep it for a longer time in high state of charge or in low state of charge, it's not a good idea. For general driving, keep it between 20 and 80. That's all fine. Because your car is always 80% full in the next morning, right? You plug it in at night, like your phone, it's always full. So that's my recommendation.
Tesla's, I imagine Tesla's screwing you up because you're losing valuable rental income for 2 weeks. How long do they have it now? 30 days?
So they have my car now for 2 weeks or so. No, wait, more. More than 3 weeks now.
Jeez.
So 1 week was to get an appointment and get with them. So next week, when I'm supposed to get it back, they have it over a month. They have it 1 day over a month. I took the delivery of the car, of my Model X, my new one, on the November 22nd. And I will make an extra movie about that. And then they supposedly now promise me that for December 23rd. So next week, Friday. I will find out. Otherwise I have to pull the lemon law card, right? Because if you can't fix it, give me a car which is okay. Otherwise, you have to turn it back, right?
What? Do you have any reservations waiting for it?
For my Model X? The reservation turned into a real delivery.
Oh, okay. No, your reservations for rental.
No, for rental, no, not. I cannot post it because some people are booking it, and then they can't get it, right? Because the car is not available. I'm 2 times already postponed.
Jeez.
It should be ready 2 weeks ago, and then it should be ready last week, and should be ready this week, but not. It's not ready. So that means that now I have no rental income for that car.
Jesus, that's terrible. What do your clients book the rental for?
Yeah, no, I usually now I rent it out more. The good thing is it's not that busy now because I rent it out more in the summertime for European customers who I try to pull trailers with it and going on a road trip with the car, right? So, but I hope there will be Super Bowl here in Phoenix and people need cars.
Yeah.
And they want to have kind of fancy cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's going to be a Tesla Model X, right? And I'd hope that they're going to have their car ready up to that time. And the other thing is my depreciation. There's still depreciation on the car. I could have spent almost $130,000 later on that car, right?
Right.
There's interest on that car, what I could get.
Yeah.
Now it's staying there for nothing. It's not even 100 miles on it.
Jeez.
Okay, so we're gonna blend out, guys, and then we're gonna blend in back. Mike steps in his car.
Yeah, here is the piece of glory. And I was working with Mike for almost 3 years actually to buy an electric car, or better, to buy a Tesla. At the time I started, there was still the reward and the referral codes. And the time as Mike decided, there at the time Mike decided the referral codes were gone. But I promised him, Mike, hey, he's in our club. Mike, I will do and help you when you receive the car. And it was the right choice to do that. So what I'm thinking there is basically, I have the suspicion that the cars will be sorted out and come on quality hold, and during the year, and there will be more and more car pile up on quality hold in different configurations and so on, because of all of these defects what you guys seeing, and they are standing there, and at the end of the year, probably someone says, we have this amount of thousands car in quality hold. What are we going to do with this? And there must be one decision, and one guy, he makes that decision and says, take him off on quality hold, give him back in a configurator, and make them type matching. And then they are being, the vendor must be allocated to those people who ordered this type of a car, blue with white interior, white with white interior, whatever it is. And then the car gets being released and being assigned. And wherever they come from which side and where they're holding it, they are sent them out. The sad thing is that they said, we have your car, please pick it up immediately. They made a lot of pressure. They made pressure on me, and they made pressure on the people. Then they also offered him $3,750. Now it is $7,500. And imagine what you get for $7,500 if this is the $3,750 rebate. And then they say you're gonna have to pay first until we show you the car. And the intention was, they already knew that the car was quite good damaged in the front right bumper, because the driver who transported the car took it off from the trailer, and then supposedly he damaged the car. And I don't know what to believe and what's true or what's not true. What we see is all of the dust particles. And I made 3 site visits to the factory there, and my first ever site visit was very early in 2012, in May 2012. Nothing was there, but I saw the paint shop. And in the paint shop were multiple examples of what not to do when you go in a paint shop. So it needs to be a certain amount of dust-free, that paint shop, and also that no detergent, no perfumes, no shampoo, and then there were different patterns of showings there. So when you are wearing a certain shampoo, this is what happens to the paint. When you are carrying an amount of dust or perfume, this is what happens to the paint. And everything is in here, in one car, in my car as well, now in Mike's car. And there is even more to the story. I bring that later. And scratches there, you cannot believe it. And he got $3,750, but the car is not usable. And it's going to be scheduled for the next year, in the beginning of January, supposedly. But there comes more to the story, and I will tell it later. And the gaps, they're not corrected as well. And here's a big scratch in the car in the front. Yeah, okay. That's all for now. And now let's come back to Mike and say goodbye to him and wish him good luck.
Before Mike steps in his gas guzzler for today, and tomorrow he can drive again, he wants to tell you the best story at all. He got $3,700.
$3,700 delivery before the end of the year. Plus,
if he takes delivery before the end of the year,
plus,
a bonus.
Plus 10,000 miles.
Plus 10,000 miles, 1 year, free supercharging. Now, if that's an offer, guys, if you ever around there and still receive a car, maybe Kesta contacts you or not, this is what you can get. So they want to sell cars, you want to get the credits, all right? Okay, that's all. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.